Hey, good morning everybody. It's Kim at Uncensored Food. It is gloomy and ridiculous outside, rainy. Now, we needed the rain, of course, so I'm delighted for that. But since it's dark at 8 o'clock in the morning, it's wrong. So I woke up in a mood, on a tear, with a bee in my bonnet, all those things, and I've decided to make sugar cookies. Why? Because I can. Okay, so sugar cookies are really an easy recipe to follow. Even for somebody like me who doesn't like to follow instructions. You know the way I cook, I rarely measure shit. But with baking, you kind of have to. So here's the way I do it. You start with 4.5 cups of all-purpose flour. To that we add 1 teaspoon of baking soda, the one that cleans the refrigerator, and 1 teaspoon of cream of tartar. To my knowledge, I'm no scientist, but cream of tartar makes things fluffy. So put that in a bowl, mix it together, and then we move on from there. In a paddle, in a stand mixer, add a cup of butter at room temperature, and the cup of butter equals, of course, 2 sticks of butter. Get that in there. Bada boom. That's good. To the butter, we add 1 cup of regular sugar. We add 1 cup of confectioners sugar. Don't tamp this down, it's gotta be fluffy. And I should have measured this out before I put you in, but I forgot. Come on, you mother. There we go. That looks like about a cup, yeah? Right after I finish pontificating about, you gotta be precise. Look, I am. 1 cup of vegetable oil. Put on your paddle thing. And whip that till it's light and fluffy. Fuck! I'll be right back. Okay, that's nice and fluffy. Once you get it that way, reduce the speed and add the 2 eggs, one at a time, and mix it only until they're combined. I don't see it. Oh, it's combined, that's why. After you add the 2 eggs, try to keep the shell out. Then you add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Again, just till it's combined. That looks like a teaspoon. I'll scrape down the sides and then I'll start adding slowly this flour mixture. Everything is combined nicely, so now we're going to slowly add the flour. This is going to be so good you can't even believe it. Little at a time. I'll come back. FYI, with each little ladle of flour that I'm adding, it's getting brighter outside. Isn't life weird? Look how light and fluffy. This dough is so delicious. Now what you do is you preheat the oven to 375 degrees and you drop in, don't have to get fancy, about a tablespoonful, like that, of sugar cookie. Keep them apart, blah, 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 you know the drill. And this is gonna go into the oven for a very, very short amount of time, which I forgot what it is, like 8 minutes. Now, let me check. Oops, I was right. 8 to 10 minutes. When they're cooked, they're not gonna look very cooked. They're gonna still look like this color with maybe a little bit of brown on the edges. Don't let that get you nervous. Oopie. Well, that fell out though. Shit! So good. They'll still be light, little brown edges. Take the whole parchment paper and pull it off and then make another tray until it cools, because they're going to be so light and fluffy they will fall apart if you try to eat them hot. Don't do that! See, now this is a problem for me. This dough is so good. They tell you, growing up as kids, don't eat raw dough, cake dough, cookie dough, pancake dough, because there's raw eggs in it. Big deal. I'm alive, right? I may save this and not bake it. Eating it later. Okay, the buzzer rang for 8 minutes, and since the cookies were kind of big, they still weren't done. So I added another 2 minutes, and now they appear to be done, even though they don't look done. But they're done. So, also, I put 2 layers of cookies in the oven. If you do that, you have to add a little more time. So here they are. They look completely unfinished, but they're Brilliant. Let me show you. Then take this and just slide it off. And let them harden this way before you transfer them into a serving dish where every single frickin' one will be eaten, I promise. Don't fall. Okay. Let me plate these beauties and I'll come right back. What did you do today? It's raining. It's getting brighter though. We got cookies. And just as easy as that, you have these magnificent sugar cookies. I let them get cool on my counter, and now I have to show you, look at, light, fluffy, exquisite. Don't you wish you were here right now? I'm going downtown today, visiting friends. Every stinking one of these is going with me. I can't leave them in my house, they're dangerous. But you should make a batch for your friends and family. Make a double batch. And then do yourself a favor, give it the fuck away, because it's so delicious. That's what I have to do with all my good food. Thank you for playing, kids. Kim at Uncensored Food. Go to my website if you feel like dropping a little money in the bucket. That's good for me. And I gotta tell you, really from the bottom of my heart, I really enjoy doing this for you. It's been 6 months now of isolation. I work once in a blue moon. All I do is cook and walk in circles. That's my plan for the day, walking in circles. Only this time, I'll have a tray of cookies to give away.